At first, I thought that this is a leftist thing, and this is why I was so disgusted by them. But then I realized, no, it's actually an Anglospheric thing. Like there are people in the Anglosphere that have to live life this way. It doesn't matter what ideology they have. It doesn't matter what they believe. But they must be moral busybodies. They must cast judgment on what other people do. And we got this thing here in Romania, but it's usually old ladies with menopause that go to church. And they start gossiping everywhere, right? It requires menopause, and it requires XY chromosomes in order for people to behave this way. But then you go on Twitter and you realize that no, it's actually young people in the West that use this as a way of life. It used to be stories that I heard from like Sticks, X, and Hammer about, the neighbor coming in to borrow some sugar or some oil. And while they're there, they want to use the bathroom just so that they can go into your medicine cabinet and see what medicine you have so that they can gossip to the other neighbors. It's like that level of moral busybodiness. I just don't understand. Why do they do it, though? Why did they do it? So what am I talking about, right? Because I already gave you the introduction. Well, apparently during the Olympics, 2 marriage propositions took place. One was more traditional. The woman won a medal. I think it was the gold. And while she was on the stadium, the man goes up to her, kneels, and asks her to marry her. Much to the dismay and the horror of the left. It's like, oh my god, like that was her moment of glory. If you would have come to me in that moment and stole my spotlight to make it about him, I would have dumped him right there. Bitch, why do you care? Like, the relationship is between 2 people. Why are you in the middle? So, he consents, she consents, I get it, you don't. Fuck off. Like, it's their moment, it's not yours. Interestingly, how you care so much about whose moment is it, and you gotta make it about you. Okay, so, that's what the left does. Now let's look at the right. There's another marriage proposal. Again, she wins a medal of some sort, and goes to the man, and she kneels and asks him to marry. And immediately right wing is like, oh my god, look at the cook! The cook! Oh, how dare you! Oh, society is collapsing. This is what happened to the Roman Empire. Like back in the days, I have saw it. I went with the time machine, and the reason the Germans invaded is because the women were proposing to the men. And I'm like, maybe people are far too worried about what others do. Like maybe instead of staying on the internet and giving so much shit about what 2 people are doing, maybe you should go out and find yourself a wife and marry and produce many, many children just to show how strong of a right wing you are so others can emulate you. Why aren't you a beacon in your community? Why don't you lead by example? Because many of the people that are complaining, for some reason, are single, but they're very opinionated, like extremely opinionated about what other married people should do, So I pose that, and people are like, well, V, are you a conservative or not? Like, do you not know that the natural way of things, like the way God gave people the ability to marry, like from the Stone Age, V, from the Stone Age, the shaman was the one that was kneeling in front of the woman, not the other way around. It is disgusting. Why are you supporting this? And it's like, look, motherfucker, no matter what I care, no matter what I think, those people are still going to behave the way they're behaving, right? I'm not their mommy, I'm not their daddy, I'm a stranger to them. So when a stranger comes to you and tells you how to live your life, you're going to tell him to fuck off, aren't you? Like if someone comes on the street and asks you for money and you say no and they spurg out, what is the normal reaction to that? Right? And by the way, I didn't become a conservative in order to tell other people how to do their relationships. I'm not the dating guru. I'm not the type of person that really gives a fuck. Like, I'm happy that marriages happen, okay? I get upset when I see divorces. I get upset when I see kids with single parents because their family couldn't work it out. When I see someone married, I don't care how the fuck they do it. I genuinely don't. Maybe they both kneel together at each other. You know, maybe none of them kneel. Maybe they just have like a normal conversation. There's no kneeling at all. There's a marriage. I'm happy. That's what being a conservative is about. Now, see, part of the Orthodox religion, if you're like, oh, the Jesus, the God, okay, God said do not judge others. It's in the fucking Bible, right? With the casting of stones and shit. Now, I'm not saying you should never judge. You know, like there are certain things in society that affect all of us. And then we can judge, right? Like, for instance, pride rallies where people are naked in front of children. I will judge the living shit out of that. I'm judging it right now. But like something that's absolutely harmless and has absolutely nothing to do with me. If you want me to judge it, what do I get to judge about you then? Because surely you must also do a lot of things that genuinely, literally do not affect others. I get it, you know, when the left, when they said, oh, if it doesn't affect you. But the thing is, like, they were perverting that meaning. They were perverting it in a way where it's like, oh, well, if it doesn't affect you, why do you care? And then it's like, oh, drag kid story hour. So I get that, you know, I get the slippery slope and shit. There's no slippery slope here, right? Like, two people got married. I don't fucking care. I genuinely don't. And the fact that you care makes me believe that you managed to fix literally every other aspect of society, and now you come to this. Like, now this is the thing that really bothers you and keeps you awake at night, but everything else in society is super fine. The reality is, it's farming virtue signaling points on the internet, isn't it? It's the same with the left, and it's the same with the right. And it's like trying to show to your peers what a virtuous person you are, what a beacon of morality you are. But you're not doing this by getting married and having kids. And then getting those kids through high school and through university and showing to the world what a good parent you are. No, you're single, and you're sitting there going click-clack on the keyboard and saying, oh, what kind of conservative are you? Why you do this? What do you gain from this? Do people give you standing ovations? Is that some shit that happens? Because I thought that's on the left. You know, the virtue signaling is on the left. No, apparently it's on... I wouldn't even say it's on both sides. It's Anglo-spheric in nature. Eastern Europeans do not behave this way. Like, there are certain things that other people do which is none of our business. You want me to say why I actually think this is wholesome? I will tell you why. This is a woman that's not only good looking, but she managed to accomplish something that no one else on planet Earth did, right? Like, she set the world record. And while setting the world record and the stage is on her, she actually goes to the man that she loves and does a display of affection for the whole world to see. If that's not love, I don't know what is. And it's like, love is the important ingredient for a happy marriage. Because I guarantee to you, they're going to end up staying married more than other Hollywood actors, where the man kneels and does the proposal. Jesus. And I hate some of the comments. My God, they triggered me so. What others do reflect the things of the society we are living. I'm like, exactly. I don't like living in a society filled with babushkas that gossip nonstop about, you know, trivial things, who are at menopause and have literally nothing else to do besides to judge other people. Not because they necessarily feel strongly about it, one way or the other, but because they want to show to the other babushkas just how virtuous they are. Like if everyone was like her, society would be a utopia. If you can clone that babushka and make it into 5 million babushkas, it would be the most prosperous society on earth, because everyone would have moral values. But they probably wouldn't do anything, right? Like, they wouldn't actually do anything. They would just sit at home and moralize each other. Is that the type of society that we should live in? Anyway, right, I just thought that it would be funny if I hold a little rant about this. I found it interesting how both activists on both sides got triggered over marriage proposals. At least I understand the left. They don't like marriages, so like for them it makes sense, you know. But yeah, would be funny to see if the people moralizing about this marriage would be funny to see if like their marriage lasts longer than these two individuals. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Cope and see.